So part one will be on short communicating message, which is email. Okay, and the number of questions asked is only one. You have no choice, and you have to write about 80 words. About 80 words to an informal message. Okay, and the level intended is A2. Okay, which is the low, not to say the lowest, the second lowest level. And then you have part two on guided writing, which is the essay. Okay, and this one you have to write, and there's no choices as well. There's only one question on this part two. Okay, and then you have to write slightly longer text, which is 125 to 150 words based on a text stimulus. Okay, and then for part three, that this is an extended writing task. Okay, which you have three questions to choose. Okay, so they might be, or most probably they will have article, and question number one will be article, question two is review. Okay, and question three is either report or story. But just to remind you that you may be asked to write on formal letter. Okay, or what is the other question that we did, that the formal letter or uh, formal email. Okay, so either formal letter or formal email. Okay, so formal email is just like a formal letter, but just that you have to write in the form of email. Okay, because if you refer to your textbooks, at the back of your textbook on page, I think if you have your textbook with you, you can check page 180. Okay, you have informal letter. These are all the format. Okay, on how to write your essay for part three. Okay, informal letter, you have formal letter. Okay, article, essay, and story review. You have all those planning or the format for your essay in paper two, and also report. Okay, so you can refer to page 180 to page 186. Okay, if you have your textbook with you. Okay, so those pages are actually about all the format for essays. Okay, and then um, if you see the sample question that we have discussed before, they are normally on article review, right? And report or story. So they might ask you to write a formal letter as well. So just be prepared. Okay. Although you can choose one question out of three, so I would suggest that you focus on two format, either article and review, or review and report. Is up to you. Okay, which one you think you have more ideas, okay, to write on. So choose the question that you have more ideas, okay, so that you can get more marks. Okay, and maybe you target or you focus only for article. So maybe on the exam day, the question asked for article, maybe it's you don't understand, or maybe the words that they give you in the question might be a bit difficult for you to understand. So it is a bit risky for you just to focus on one type of essay. Okay, so try to focus at least two. Okay, two format of essays. Okay, so for part one, okay, this is for part one. Okay, part one you have 20 marks. All questions are 20 marks. The differences are in the form of number of words and the format, of course. Okay. Okay, so this is for part one, marking assessment. All are 5 marks each. Okay, 5 marks each. Content, CA, organization, and language. Okay. Okay, now let's take a look at the questions. Okay. Oh, okay. No, you won't be, marks will not be deducted actually if you write more than 250. No, The reason why we have to give you the number of words is for you um, to be able to answer all the questions, all the three questions within the time given. Because you have three questions, three essays, and you are given only 1 hour and 30 minutes. Okay, if you don't control the number of words for each part, you may not be able to answer all three questions. Okay, so that is why you have to limit yourself to the number of words given. Okay, so if you want to write slightly longer, you do it in part 3. Part 1, you just write within 80 to 100 words, and you spend about 20 minutes for part 1. Okay, so please take note, because in the exam they do not actually tells you how many minutes you should spend on part 1. Okay, they do not tell that. Okay, and then for part 2, uh, I would suggest that you spend about 30 minutes for part 2. Okay, and part 3, 40 minutes. Okay, so altogether they are 90 minutes. Okay, 20, 30, and 40. Okay, 1 hour and 30 minutes. Okay. Okay, this is the sample question for part 1. So whenever you get this type of questions, okay, welcome, Vivo. Please read the question very carefully. Okay, why? Because if you do not answer the questions, or you miss out a few important points, okay, your content marks will be deducted, or you will not get full marks for your content. Okay, which is 5. Because if you can follow whatever is required for you to write, you can easily get 5. But you miss out a few questions, then you will not get 5 marks. So let's take a look at what are the requirements for this part. Part 1, you must answer this question. So this is obligatory question, mean you cannot choose. Okay, so let's say question number 1, you receive an email from your new friend Betty, who has just moved to your hometown. Okay, let's say this is your scenario or your situation. Okay, you receive an email from your friend, and she has just moved to your hometown. Okay, so what does your friend say? Okay, hi, the school holiday is finally here. Let's go for a picnic with our classmates. So this is the second situation. So your friend asks you to go for a picnic, okay, with your classmates because it's school holiday. Okay, where? Okay, next sentence. Okay, this is very important. Where shall we go, and what can we do there, and what should we bring? So all these things, there are actually the main ideas. Okay, they are the main ideas that you have to answer, that you have to write your reply to. Okay, so your reply will have to be the one that you answer all these 3 questions. Okay, where shall we go means you give the name of a place, and what can we do there, that means what are the activities that you can do at that place. Okay, and what should we bring. Okay, means normally when you go for a picnic, what are the things that you normally bring. So you have to mention all this. Okay, so these are actually the main ideas. So whenever you get question 1 in part 1, please highlight, okay, or underline the main ideas. Okay, you have to look for the main ideas and underline those main ideas. Why? Because if you don't underline, you may not include all the necessary information in your email, and you will not get 5 for your content. Okay, so this is very important for you to take note. Okay, if you have any question, just type in the chat box. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, this is what your planning should be for your part 1. Okay, I think I've mentioned this in class. Okay, maybe just to remind you as your revision. Okay, so again, for part 1, always remember this technique. Okay, so I always introduce this technique for part 1. So what is the technique? The technique is GIMIS. Okay, GIMIS. Okay, so let's look at what this acronym stands for. Okay, the first one, for email, we are not going to put that into paragraphs, okay, but we put that into steps, okay, because you can write in a form of paragraphs, or you can just write in one paragraphs, but you are following the steps. Okay, so the steps are very important. Okay, why? Because you will not miss out on the requirement for an email. Okay, so the first step is G. So G stands for greeting. Okay, so we will see what does greeting means. Okay, greetings normally. Okay, what do you normally write for greetings? I want to ask questions. Okay, I want to have feedback from you. Okay, okay, who knows what we normally write for greetings? Who can tell the class? Okay, or you can type in the chat. What do we normally write for greeting? This is just like your Form 3 part 1 or Form 3 question 1, if you can still recall. Okay, so normally for greeting, what do you write for greeting? When you want to start off, hope you are in the pink. Before that, before you write hope you are in the pink, what do you write? When you first want to, hi, okay, good. Hi, okay, please add one more sentence. Hi, how are you? Okay, or how are things? Okay, or hello. Um, it has been a long time since we last uh, um, we last met. Okay, so you can write that as your greetings. Okay, that will be your greeting. Hi or hello. Uh, uh, how are you? Okay, or you can just say how are things? Okay. Okay, after greetings, okay, we will look at the letter I. Okay, small I there. So small I there stands for introduction. Okay, so just now G is for greeting. Okay, I for introduction. So normally for introduction, what do we know? What do we write for introduction? Okay, who can write or who can type? What do you normally write for introduction? Okay, so if possible, I would like you to write these notes in your exercise book or in your notebook so that you can remember whenever you want to start writing your email, you know what to write first and what to write next and so on. Okay, so start with G, then introduction. Okay, I will show you the samples after this. Just want to ask you if you can remember. Okay, okay, main ideas. Okay, so for greeting, hi, hello, introduction, you can ask, I hope you are in the pink. Okay, or I hope you are fine with your family. Okay, okay, main ideas. Okay, what do we normally write for main ideas? What are the main ideas here? Who can tell the class? What are the main ideas here? Main ideas are the 3 questions just now that we discussed. Okay, so later I'll show you the example. Okay, do you? Okay, after the main ideas, MI, then we go to E. Letter E is the ending, and S is the signature. So for signature, you just write your name. Okay, don't have to sign and where your teachers or the examiners cannot see your name. Okay, just write your name. That will be just fine. Okay, just write your name. Okay, now I will show you just now the planning. Okay, and the answer to that. Okay, here. So this is how you write. Okay, look at the greeting there. Hi, hello. Okay. Okay, introduction. How are you? Introduction is where you write you ask your friend, how are you? How are things? How is it going? It's good to hear from you. Okay, all this under introduction. Okay, so greeting is either hi or hello. Okay. Okay, step number three, main ideas. So main ideas, the three questions from the task. So MI mean main ideas. So what are the three questions now? Okay. Where shall we go? Okay. What can we do there? And what should we bring? So all these are the main ideas. Okay. So the three questions there. Okay. And then step number 4, okay, is the ending. Okay. So ending, what do we normally write for ending? Okay. So you can write either write back soon and tell me all about it. Okay. Or you can just say bye. Bye for now. See you soon. Okay, that's all for now or right soon. So these are the sample sentences that you can use for ending. Okay, and last but not least is your signature or S. Okay, and you can just write your name, Aiman or Rina. Okay, just it depends on the questions. If just now from the questions, if you look at the question again, okay, we have who is written. Okay, the school holidays. You see, oh, that means you are writing to Betty. Then you can write your own name. Okay, no problem. Okay, you are writing to Betty. So when you are writing to Betty, you have to write, hi Betty. Okay, okay, this one. Okay, okay, hi or hello Betty, and so on. Okay, okay. So for email, just remember the steps, okay, as gimmies or the technique for you to easily remember the steps in writing an email. Just remember gimmies. Okay. Now, this is what the teacher or the examiner, when they mark your essay in SPM, so they will refer to this, or they will look at all these um, things, okay, for them to give you marks. Okay, so these are the tips for scoring good marks in each component, okay, or each element like content. Okay, how can you get 5 marks? Okay, you will get 5 marks if you fulfill all the task requirement. That means you answer all the questions, okay, and you write an email to a friend. Okay, it's not that you write a report, but you write an email to your friend. So if you have all this in your email, you answer the 3 questions and you write in the form email, then you can get 5 marks for your content. Okay. For communicative achievement, okay, this is another 5 marks given. So you must make sure you use the correct format. Okay. Register. Okay, register means whenever you want to start your paragraph or your sentence, you must use the correct connectors or cohesive devices. Okay. So in English, we call it as cohesive devices. Okay. And then we use the correct tone. Okay. So for example, if you were asked to suggest a place, make sure you give the name of the place. Okay. And what are the activities that you have to do and what are the things that you have to bring. Okay. Okay. For organization, okay, this is where you have to make sure you use the linkers. Okay. And cohesive devices to link your ideas. Okay. Like for example, linkers are the words like and, or, but, so. So they are very highly used. That means you can see those words in most of your, they will be in your essay a lot. Okay, the words and, or, but, and so will be a lot in your essay. Okay, but we do not only want you to use that. Okay, we also want to see that you are able to use the next one, which is cohesive devices. Okay, cohesive devices like moreover, furthermore, as a result, okay, it may appear, okay, other than that, okay, and so on. So I will give you some notes on this after this, okay. And also we are looking at the punctuation. That means the correct use of full stop, grammar, and so on. Okay. Okay. And then for language, For language, we are looking at the vocabulary, okay, the use of the words. If possible, try to use some words that are not being used in everyday situation. That means use some good words, I would say. Okay, and grammar, make sure you make the correct sentences, and also spelling. Okay, spelling must be correct. Okay, now I want to show you the sample email. Okay, this is the sample email based on the steps that we discussed just now. Okay, so based on the step that we discussed just now, so here two, the first thing is two. Okay, that means the person that you want to write to. Best regards, Ken. Best regard for is it for ending or is it for introduction, Kachi? Best regards normally in the ending, right? Okay, yeah. So if you write best regards, yeah, for ending, then it is acceptable. Okay, as long as you mention or you use, okay, or you write that, okay, for your ending, so that can also be used. Okay. Okay, and then after two, that means you are writing to Betty. Just now you are replying to Betty. Subject. Okay, please write the subject. Okay, so make sure it follows the question just now. Okay, let's go for a picnic. Okay, then remember gimmies. Okay, the steps in writing an email. Okay, G, greeting. Okay, so we write there. Hi, Betty. So that will be your greeting. Okay, or hello, Betty. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, and then after G is I, introduction. Okay, so this is the introduction, the second line. Okay, how are things? It's good to hear from you. So when you write that, that is considered as introduction. Okay, okay. And you can also write other example of introduction that I show you just now, right? Okay, so you can either ask, how are you? I hope you are in the pink. That will be in your introduction. Okay, okay. After that, the next line, okay, is our main idea. Okay, so remember how many questions do we have just now? Karina, how many questions do we have just now for our main ideas? Three. Okay, so what are the three questions? Okay, what are the three questions? If you remember, three questions. Yes, we have three questions. Okay, so that is why I put there as MI1, okay, MI2, and MI3. Mean main idea 1, main idea 2, and main idea 3. Okay, so when I say main idea 1 means we are answering the first question, which is where shall we go? Okay, so let's look at how I write the sentence that states the place that they can go for a picnic. Okay, so you can start by saying, I know the right place for our picnic. Okay, okay. If you can try to like not to start giving the place right away. Okay, try to write one sentence before you mention about the place. Okay, so I know the right place for our picnic. Okay, I suggest, okay, we go to Batu Ferringhi Beach in Penang. So you have already answered the first question. Where shall we go? Okay, so you have mentioned Batu Ferringhi. So am I one there? Okay, then next line. Okay, we are going to answer the second questions, which is about activities that we can do there. What can we do there? So here, let's look at how do I start that, that sentence. We can build sand castles as the beach is a suitable place for it. So the first activity here is building sand castles. Okay. Why do you say that you can build sand castle? As the beach is suitable place for it. Okay. So whatever ideas that you put in, give your justification. give your reason. Okay. Furthermore, okay, this is the cohesive devices. Furthermore, we can indulge in jet skiing. So I use the word indulge here. That means we use good vocabulary here. Okay, we can indulge in jet skiing. Okay, this is another activity, and or watch the sunset. Okay, or this is also another activity. So either jet skiing or watch the sunset, just like we always do. Okay, so these last words, just like we always do, this is to show that you are talking to your friend in a more friendly way. Okay, so remember, this is an email to your friend. So you have to show that the tone that you use in the email must be a friendly tone. Okay. Okay. So that would be your MI number two, main idea two. Okay. So you have answered main idea two. Okay. Now look at the next line. It's better to bring along extra clothes. Okay. And a mat as well in case we need those. This is talking about the next question, which is on what should we bring. Okay, main idea number three. Okay, so they said here, Lina said it's better to bring along extra clothes. Okay, and a mat as well. Okay, why? In case we need those. Okay, moreover, this is your cohesive devices. Moreover, tell others to bring some food and snacks too. Okay, why? Because it's quite expensive there. Okay, so every activity or every idea you give, you must give your reason. Okay, because it's quite expensive there. I'm thinking of asking Kim and Tina to join us. Okay, the more the merrier. Why you want to join? To ask them to join because the more the merrier. Okay, so that would be your main idea number three. So you have answered all the three questions here. Okay. Then your last line is on ending. Okay. Remember after MI, E is ending. So how do you write your ending? Write back soon and let me know of any updates. Bye for now. So that will be your ending. Okay. And lastly is as your signature or your name. Just write your name, Lina. Okay. So here you have all the three questions you have answered. You have written in the form of an email. Okay. So you can get 5 marks for your content. Okay, so can easily get 5 marks for content by answering all the questions in that were asked in the task just now. Okay, any questions about this email? Okay, so you don't have to spend so much time doing this. Okay, because you still have two more essays to write. Okay, so I would suggest you spend about 20 minutes. Okay, okay, now if you have no question, we can go to the next part, which is part two. Okay. So part three, I think I'll do it tomorrow. Okay. Part two also will be quite detailed. Okay. I don't want to go fast. Okay. I'll go slow. Part two is a guided writing essay. Okay. Guided means you are given some notes. Okay. To help you to write the essay. So part two, we normally call it as essay. Okay. So what do you know about part two? How many words you must write in part two? Okay. Who can tell the class how many words you must write in part two? Okay, Diva, before you leave, you want to go to a temple, you said just now, right? So before you leave, how many words you must write? 350? No, that is too much. No. Yes, 120. Yeah, 120 to 150 words. Okay, so within that range. Okay, let's look at. Okay, so for part two, still you have to answer this part, 20 marks. Write a longer text, 125 to 150. Okay, so if you write longer, about 200, yes, we can. Actually, we can accept how I mean if you exceed 150 words, If you think uh, you can, you can write all three essays within the time given. You can always write more than what is given to you. Okay, but not to write a very short one, but try to write within the number of words given. Okay, if you think you can write very fast and you can answer all the three questions, by all means, please write longer. Okay, or maybe about 200 words. Okay, we are not going to stop you. What we are telling you is we want to make sure that you have ample time to answer all three questions. Okay, please answer all the three questions. Do not leave any blanks. Okay, do not leave any of the question blank. Okay, now let's look at the sample question. Okay, for part 2. Okay, again, for part 2, you have to read and underline a few important things for you to write. Okay, in part 2. Okay, so this is your question. Question number 2. Your class has been discussing how they spend their money, and your teacher has asked you to write an essay about what you would spend your money on. Okay, so first you identify the situation or the scenario. Okay, so what is the scenario here? How you spend your money. Okay, that means you are going to talk about spending money. Okay, okay, and then that means your topic will be on money. Okay, next paragraph or next line. In your essay, you should write about, okay, this is very important. Just like in part 1 just now, the 3 question. For part 2, they also have, they might be asking only 2 questions. Okay, so it is up to the question. Either 2 or 3, but you still have to underline, okay, or to highlight what the main ideas. So the first one is what you would like to buy. I mean, what you want to buy with your money that you have. Okay, so you have to mention the things that you want to buy. Okay, number 2, reasons for your choice, or in other words, asking the question of why. Okay, why you want to buy the item. Okay, so you have to give reasons for your choice. So if you see the word reason, they have an S there. That means it should be more than one reason. Okay, okay, write at least 3 reasons. Okay, I would suggest that you write at least 3 reasons. Okay, okay, next question. Where do you usually buy these things? Okay, so what, that means you have to give the name of the places that you normally buy the thing that you want to buy just now. Okay, where do you normally buy those things? Okay, okay, and then below that is your task. Write your essay using all the notes. Okay, so this, the 3 questions, we call it as notes. Okay, and giving reason for your point of view. So whatever ideas that you give, point of view mean your ideas. Okay, you have to give your reasons. Okay, next we move on to the next slide, which is on the planning. Okay, this is also very important. Okay, now for part 2, okay, we are talking about paragraphs. I think I have done this with you, right, in the class. Okay, so remember, part 2, you will have to write in paragraphs, a few paragraphs. Okay, so here, if you can see, there are 5 paragraphs. Okay, so part 2, you have to start writing in paragraphs. So paragraph 1, what are you going to write? Okay, so if you can see on top of that, I wrote there T and C. Okay, so remember that. That can be a guideline or technique for you to remember what to write for your part 2. So T stands for topic. Okay, so in paragraph 1, you will start by introducing the topic. So what is the topic here? Topic is about money. So you are going to talk about money and its importance. So that will be your T. topic, only for paragraph 1. You don't have to tell what you want to buy yet in the first paragraph. Okay, now we move on to paragraph 2. Okay, now paragraph 2, this is where you are going to start answering the 3 questions just now. Remember what you want to buy? Okay, so that will be your note 1. N1 means note 1. Okay, note 1 means notes number 1 just now from the questions. Okay, describe what you like to buy and its detail. So you just mention what you want to buy and the detail about that product or that
Teacher,
item.
how many sentences can we write on paragraph 1, teacher?
Okay, how many sentences? At least, I would say at least 3 to 4 sentences. Not many. Okay, not many. Okay, so 5 sentences. So if each paragraph you have 5 sentences, I think 5 sentences maybe how many words? So you can count from there. Okay. If your sentences are longer, you will have more than 150 words, more than that. Okay, so at least 3 to 4 sentences. Okay, in each paragraph. If you look at your textbook, okay, on the writing part, they always give you the sample essay, so you can check. Okay, all the sample essays given, they are not that long for each paragraph. Okay, they are not long. Okay, because we are not looking for the quantity, we want to see the quality here. Okay, that's why we want to see that you can write a very quality essay within 125 to 150 words. Have to be compact and precise. Okay, if you write longer but you don't answer the question, it is still no point of doing that. Okay, and you might make a lot of mistakes too if you write longer. Okay, okay. So thank you, Pavitran, for that question. Okay, now we move on to paragraph 2. Just now, describe what you want to buy and the details. That will be your N1, note number 1. Okay, paragraph 3. Okay, again, we will talk about the reasons why we want to buy the item in paragraph 3. Okay, which is note number 2 and 2. Okay, the next paragraph again, we will answer the third question, which is the place that you normally buy the item. That will be N3 in paragraph 4. Okay. And lastly, paragraph 5 is, of course, the conclusion. Okay. So for essays, okay, for part 2 and part 3 especially, you must be able to write the introduction, the main ideas, and the conclusion. Okay. Okay, because it is very important for you to have those two, all these three. Okay, of course you have to have the main ideas. Okay, but introduction you must have, conclusion you must have. Normally you will only write the main ideas, right? You don't start your essay with the introduction, correct or not? Okay, and you don't end your essay with the conclusion. Okay, so that is why I remind you. Okay, just want to let you know that you have to write introduction and conclusion. Okay. Okay. Any questions before we move on to the next slide? Okay. Planning your essay. Okay. So just now in part 1, when I show you this table, okay, I don't write the paragraphs, okay, in the first column under steps, okay. I just write there as what? For part 1, if you remember, what do I write in part 1 for this first column? I write there as what? Greeting, introduction, main ideas, okay, and ending and signature. But for this part, okay, I wrote in the form of paragraphs, okay, because they must be in paragraphs. Okay, we will look at what each paragraph should have after this. Okay, okay, now let's look at the marks for each component. Again, the marking assessment for part 2 is the same, all 5 marks for each, but okay, the weightage is not the same. Okay, for part 1, that means content is the same for all 3 parts. Okay, but for CA, organization and language, there will be some differences. Okay, in what form? Differences in the expectation in the essay that you are going to write. Okay, let's look at this one. Okay, so this is actually tips for scoring good marks. Okay, in part 2. Okay, content, I said the same. If you can write, you can answer all the 3 questions. You write in the form of essay. Okay, you follow the correct format, then you can get 5 for your content. Okay. Okay, let's say you only answer 2 questions out of 3. Maybe you miss out answering one of the 3 questions, so you can only get 4 or 3 for content. Okay, or you only write one, you only answer 1 question. You don't have time to answer the other 2 questions, so content will be 2. Okay, we go down and down as you miss out more main ideas. Okay, communicative achievement or CA. Okay, you have to use the correct format, register and tone. Okay, and you have to introduce the topic. Okay, which is money, plus own ideas and reasons. Okay, so you give your reason, your ideas and your reason. Okay, for organization, so each paragraph focuses on a separate idea. So that means paragraph 1 only on introduction. You don't mix up with the main idea. Okay, paragraph 2 only for question number 1 just now. Okay, don't mix with question number 2. Okay, paragraph 3 on notes number 2, and paragraph 4 notes number 3, paragraph 5 on the conclusion, like that. Okay, don't mix up. Okay, so of course if you do that, okay, if you cannot come up with only one sentence for each paragraph. Okay, so you have to like give 3 or 4 sentences. Okay. Okay, and language. Okay, before that, look at the organization again. So a variety of cohesive devices. Okay, you must be able to use more or a lot more of cohesive devices here. Just now in part 1, you only write 2. What was that? I think moreover and furthermore, if I'm not mistaken. So now, for this part, we want to see the use of cohesive devices in each paragraph. Okay, so you know all the cohesive devices like therefore, in other words, other than that, moreover, in addition, furthermore, and so on. Okay, so those are the cohesive devices. Okay, now for language. Okay, just now in part 1, they only mention vocabulary, grammar, and spelling. You look at this one. They give you slightly longer requirements. Okay, so appropriate use of some less common words. Okay, that means they are looking for some bombastic words for to be used in this part. So try to use some good words or bombastic words here. Okay, like just now when you see indulge. Okay, then instead of saying beautiful, you can say stunning. Okay, or gorgeous or magnificent. Okay, so try to vary the use of the words. Okay, that means that it shows that you have uh, many words that you can use to describe something. Okay. Okay. For grammar, simple and some complex structures. Of course, you should be able to use some complex structures, mean more than in that mean longer sentences. Okay, slightly longer sentences. And errors do not impede meaning. Okay, so normally complex structures is where you use the words like who, where, who, how, okay, when, okay. For example, Ali, uh, who is my friend, okay, always arrives in school late. Okay, so how many ideas there? Ali, who is your friend? So one idea. Always arrive at school late. So two ideas there. So if you have that two ideas, that is called as complex structures. Okay. So you have used the words like who, where, which, that, and so on. Okay. Okay. Errors. If you have errors, that means we can still understand the meaning. Okay. That means your errors are not so glaring. Okay. Not so severe. But your spelling, if you spell the words wrongly and it means something else, that is not simple error, that is gross error. Okay. Okay, now let's look at the example of this part 2. Okay. Okay, this is also important for you to take note. Okay. Okay, sample essay on just now topic of money. Okay, so look at how many paragraphs altogether. Okay, I want to ask question. How many paragraphs seeing? Five. Yes. Okay, there are five paragraphs. So what is in the first paragraph? Okay, I want to ask. What do you write in the first paragraph? Yes, please type your answer in the
Topic
chat. Yes, topic. What topic are we talking about here, Pavitran?
about the money,
About
importance
money.
of the money.
Yes. Okay. So let's see how do I write that. Many people say money is not important in life. Okay. I beg to differ. Me, you do not agree. To me, money is important to buy our necessities to survive in this challenging world. Okay. Okay. Without money, we cannot continue our daily routine life. Okay. And with money, we can buy a lot of things like food, clothes, and books. Okay. So you can see that only talks about money and its importance. Okay. You do not mention what you want to buy yet. Okay, you just talk about money first in general. Okay, that what you should do for your first paragraph introduction. Okay, whatever topics that comes out, so that is what you will do. Okay, not only about money, any other topics. Okay, let's say about online shopping. So first thing you talk about what is online shopping in general. Okay, then only in paragraph 2, 3, and 4 you go to the main ideas. Okay, so paragraph 2 now is on N1, mean note number 1. Okay, note number 1 is what you want to buy. Okay, so here you mentioned you want to buy. Okay, to begin with, okay, so the one that I highlighted in green are all the connectors, all the set phrase. We call it as set phrase. That means the words that we use to start each paragraph. Okay, or we can also use cohesive devices. Okay, okay, to begin with, or first of all, okay, don't write firstly. Okay, don't, I would not recommend you to use firstly, secondly, thirdly, no. Don't practice using that. Okay, try to use either first of all, to begin with, okay, or to start. Okay, if I have money, I would like to buy a laptop or a tablet, depending on the amount of money I have. Okay, so you have already mentioned you want to buy a laptop or tablet. Okay, then don't go into reason yet. Okay, you talk about the idea of why, of how you want, of how come you want to buy a laptop. Where do you get the idea from? To buy a laptop. Okay, however, I never thought of buying a laptop until I saw my friend with her brand new laptop during our class presentation, our group presentation at school. That is how you come to the idea of wanting to buy a laptop. Okay, and it has been on my wish list since then. Okay, from starting from that day, you want to buy your own laptop. Okay, now, okay, this person adds another idea. Now with online learning, having a laptop is a blessing. I mean, if you have a laptop now with the online learning, so you'll be very thankful. Blessing means you feel very thankful. Okay. So you see how many sentences, Pavitran? How many sentences there? One, two. If your sentences are long, you don't have to write many. I think there is only three or four. Three. four only, four sentences. Okay, four sentences only. Okay, now go to paragraph 3. Paragraph 3 is answering question number 2. Reason why you want to buy the things. Okay, so now you have already mentioned you want to buy a laptop. So we are looking for the reason why you want to buy a laptop. Okay, so I told you how many
Three.
reasons you must write. At least 2 to 3 reasons. Three, yes. Okay, 2 to 3 reasons. Okay, so if you want to make your paragraph slightly longer, you give 3 reasons. Okay, but you cannot write one, at least two, because reasons, there is an S there. Okay, so one of the reasons for buying a laptop is the storage capacity. So this is your first reason, because it has big space for you to store your files, okay, compared to your phone. Okay, and in addition, okay, cohesive devices, I can comfortably do my homework and assignments on a laptop than a smartphone. Okay, so you can do your work better in a laptop than a handphone with a bigger screen. Okay, so that is the second reason. Okay, the third reason, the best part is you can get a laptop at cheaper prices. Okay, now they said maybe some brands they offer good prices, especially for students, because they know we are using it for online learning. Okay, so the prices will go down when a lot of people buy from that company, so they will reduce the prices. Okay, so that means cheaper prices. So 3 reasons here. Okay, okay, that will be your question number 2. Okay, paragraph 4 is answering question number 3. So what is question number 3? What is question number 3? Kachi, what is question number 3? The place that you normally buy the item. Okay, so that is the place. Okay, okay, so let's look at the sample essay. Okay, I usually
Where
buy
you we
gadgets.
usually buy the product.
Okay,
Um,
thank you. The place that you usually buy the product. So how do you write that? Okay, I usually buy gadgets. Okay, or you can say I usually buy laptops or electrical items from electrical shops like Banhuat or Senkyu or Senhing. Okay, they offer a reason why do you buy from that place, because they give reasonable prices, okay, with lots of vouchers. If you buy from there, after you buy you will get vouchers, you can still buy other item with that vouchers. Okay, and also plus excellent after sale service. What is after sale service? That means after you buy from them, maybe they can offer you services for you to repair your laptop and so on. Okay, that is after sales service. Okay, moreover, okay, cohesive devices. I really bought gadgets online. Okay, he said, this person said that he rarely bought online. Why? Because I have doubt about their warranty periods. Okay, that means sometimes when you buy online, these electrical things, the warranty does not come from the original brand. Okay, let's say uh, you buy a laptop, let's say Dell laptop. So maybe the warranty is not from Dell but from the company that sells the computer. Okay. Okay. And also if you buy online, they will charge you the shipping, the extra shipping fee that may be incurred. Extra means if the item is heavy, so more cost need uh, to be paid by you. Okay, that will be incurred. Okay, so that will be question number 3. Okay, last paragraph is your conclusion. Okay, so you can either say in conclusion or to sum up. Okay, I would rather spend my money on an important thing. Okay, just write anything just write back what you want to buy with your money. Okay, so I would rather spend my money on an important thing like a laptop. Okay, you just tell that you want to buy a laptop because it can help me in my studies and for my future. Okay, so you inform or you tell again why you want to buy a laptop here. Okay, as the saying goes, okay, a wise person should have money in their head but not in their heart. I mean, as people always say, when it comes to money, please follow the um, for not to follow your heart but follow your uh, I mean not to follow your instinct but follow what is needed to buy something from the money. If you follow your heart, of course you want to buy a lot of other things that are not important. Okay. Okay, that means try to use your money wisely. Okay, so those are the paragraphs in part 2. So we have T topic, N for note, and C for conclusion. So remember part 2, remember T and C. Part 1, what was in part 1? What technique is in part 1? Who can remember? Yes, what did I mention just now for part 1? What is the technique to answer? Yes, very good, Vered. Okay, gimmies. Okay, what does G stand for? Okay, Vered already mentioned gimmies. Okay, the rest. What does G stand for? I want to recall back. What does G stand for in part 1? Gimmies. Greeting. Okay, good. I after greeting. Okay, good. Am I? Yes, very good. After that, E. Capital E. What does E there? Ending. And last one, S for signature or write your name. Okay. Yes. That is for part 1. Okay, for part 2, what does T and C stand for? T stand for what? Title or topic. Okay, good. Yes. Okay, title or topic will do. N stand for what? N actually stand for notes. Notes. Okay, notes mean why do I write there note? Because it
Teacher,
actually mentioned in
notes.
the question, it mentioned as notes lah, notes, notes, notes. That means you have to take this from the notes in the question. That's why I put it as notes. Okay, notes. I don't want to put MI, then you get confused with part 1. That's why I put it as N. Okay, and mean notes number 1, note number 2, note number 3. Okay, C for conclusion. Yes, okay. So here, this is what I'm referring to.
Conclusion.
Okay, yeah, of course, those are the main ideas, but they call it as here. You can see in below there. Write your essay using all the notes. Okay, that is why I put all this as notes. Note 1, note 2, note 3. I don't want to put main ideas. Yeah, of course, they are the main ideas, but the acronym, I don't put it as MI. Okay, MI is for email just now. Okay, so remember the notes. Okay, all the 3 questions. Okay, so basically, I think I will just stop until there first. I don't want to go to part 3 because part 3 will be very, very deep. I mean, a lot for you to go through. So I don't want to touch part 3 yet. I'll do it tomorrow. Okay, fresh. So I won't be touching on part 1 and part 2 anymore after this. Okay, I will only concentrate on part 3 and paper 1 after this. Okay, I know the exam is very soon. Okay, so I don't want to stress you also. Okay, just as if you are doing your revision. Okay, so before we stop, do you have any questions for today, for tonight? Okay, do you have any questions to ask? So after this, I think you should be able to recall. Okay, whenever you go to part 1, okay, you remember teacher said part 1 follow the step gimmies. Part 2 follow T and C. Spelling mistake deduct mark. How much marks? Spelling mistake, we don't really have, okay, spelling 1 mark. No. We will mark or we will give you the marks in like when we look at the language. So in overall, from the beginning until the end, if your language is so badly and we cannot understand what you are trying to say, and then we put you in certain band. Okay, let's say your mistakes are not very severe. we can still understand most of the sentences, most of the ideas, then maybe you get 3 or 4. Okay, if there are too many errors and the meaning also run, okay, then you get either 2 or 1. Okay, that's how we mark. Okay, so we don't say spelling 1 mark. No, okay, we will do it in general from the beginning to the end of your essay. Okay, any other questions? Grammar mistake, yes, of course, grammar mistakes. Spelling, grammar, all will be taken into account. Yes, please, Kachi, please look at your spelling as well, okay? Some of you, I think you still have to work out on your spelling, okay? Because as I mark your essays, I know your some of the words that you spell are wrong, okay? So please work out on your spelling as well, okay? Okay, good, okay? So all of you, please try your best. Read a lot, okay? Look at the words, look at the spelling, okay? But spelling is very basic. If you spell wrongly, then of course the whole sentences makes no meaning, okay? So if there is no other questions, maybe we call it a day, okay? Thank you to those who are present tonight. Okay, hope you can sleep well. Okay, don't be stressed. Don't play until midnight. Okay, don't play any games or whatever until late night. It's not good for you.